Welcome back to the Ciaran and Josh experience. I'm Josh.
And my name is Ciaran.
And my name is Aidan.
Whoa. We gotta introduce you. We gotta
slow down there.
We gotta toss up the ball
hold
and
your
knock
horses.
It out of the park.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We have a certain cadence around here.
Do you even listen to the Ciaran and Josh experience?
How many episodes have you seen? Seriously, how many episodes have you seen?
All of them.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Okay. Well, what I was gonna say before I was rudely interrupted was, today we have perhaps the most special guest that we've ever had on this show.
Yeah, he's a special one for sure.
Absolutely. He's of my own flesh and blood. Aidan Sanders. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction, Ciaran.
Oh, you're welcome.
And if it were me to have said it, I probably would have said, today we have a smaller and better Ciaran. He's like a Ciaran who went through the wash, and he came out just better in almost every way imaginable. He's smoother at talking. He's got better style, honestly. I mean it's great. He's like, you can just take him in your pocket wherever you go. He's travel sized. He's a travel sized Ciaran.
The issue I have with that analogy is that when you put things in the wash, okay, sure, they get clean, but they also wear down. They are not as fresh looking as the first version. So I punched a hole right through that metaphor there. So
well, it's like, you know, when you buy a new shirt and it fits a little big, right? It's not the perfect fit, and then you take it home and you put it in the wash and it shrinks a bit and it's actually fits way nicer. It looks way better. That's like you versus Aidan.
Wow, I don't really know what to say. I'm pretty flattered right now.
Well, you could say that that's not true and that we're both equally great.
Well,
I don't think he's gonna say that, Ciaran.
Oh my God!
I cannot confirm nor deny any allegations presented at this time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyways, welcome back to the Aidan and Josh experience. I'm Josh McKenna.
Gosh,
And I'm Aidan Sanders.
And today, for some reason, Ciaran's here. So, yeah.
You know, this joke, I'm at a loss because I'd say like the last 5 years that Josh met Aidan actually probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
The joke is for some reason has not got old, and it got old after the first year for me.
It's like a fine wine. It just gets
Ciaran,
better with age.
Don't even talk to me about old jokes. Okay, you know what? Whenever everybody listen up. I mean, and a lot of people will probably know about this. Whoever had a drink with you. I mean, every single time I go to the bar with Ciaran, or even to a liquor store, anytime in any situation where we're asked for ID, Ciaran first says, they say, "Oh, could I see some ID?" Ciaran pulls his ID out, says, "Oh, you make me feel young again," right? And then, and like the thing is most of the time the people checking the ID don't get the joke. They're like, "What are you talking about? You're 19." They get like a little upset, you know.
There's been a few times, yeah.
Then after that, when it's already not going well for him, while they're checking my ID, he goes, "Oh yeah, it's a real convincing fake there. Okay, yeah." You know, he tried that at the landing a couple of days ago. So first of all, the waitress didn't get his joke at all at first, but
It's
she's
an
like,
acquired
"You are young."
taste.
She's like, "I was in grade 7 when you were born. I'll let you do the math on that one, okay?" Like she didn't like that. And then when you started going on about the fake, she's like, "You can't say that. Like, if you say that in here, like, technically I have to kick you out. Like, you can't say those things." Like,
okay. She took it so seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And no, actually, now that you mention
probably because
it,
the other waitresses had told her, "Oh, it's that guy. He tells the same joke every time."
Oh, yeah, of course. But there's been a few times when I've said that joke, and the people, like, I actually, you know, it was a confrontation starting, and they were like, you know, they look up and they just like stare at you, and they have no humor in their face. They think that you're like,
Their soul
what?
is gone.
Like they look up like, "What'd you say, punk?
Yeah.
What are you trying to pull here, bud? What's your goal, huh?" You know, that kind of look.
Yeah.
And I've been just as soon as that happens, I just shut down. I'm like, yes sir, yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely, all right, I'll just take this, yeah, bye, all right, see ya, bye, yep.
Can I just say, like, whenever somebody says bud, I always feel like it's just nobody likes it. Like when they whenever anybody says the bud, like they're like, listen here, bud, or they're like, hey bud, all right, like, you know, it's like,
Calm down, bud.
yeah, I feel like bud always comes off as like sort of demeaning, but
Yeah.
just really agitating. I hate it
kinda
when people say
snarky.
bud, you know.
Yeah, like you're serving up someone snarky, like, listen, bud.
I
Pretty
feel like
snarky.
I feel like when people say bud, they think that they're like, oh, I'm so casual and stuff, but it's a terrible term.
think
Everybody
if
stop
you're-
using bud, please.
If you're not from a rural town of less than like 5,000 people, then you cannot use bud
Yeah.
in your vocabulary. I think it just doesn't come out right.
Yeah.
Before we start the podcast, we would like to plug the skit that we made earlier. It should be out. We're gonna post it with the podcast, right?
I think we will. Yeah, we might post it a couple days before.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 skits pretty much, kind of introing our episode today, featuring Aidan, and also there's a band that Josh and I both really love. They're a local band here. They're from Chilliwack.
They're from Chilliwack.
A Waco Sleeper. We saw them over the years. How many times? I know Josh has seen them. What?
Probably
10?
upwards of 10 times.
10 times.
Around
I've
10
seen them
times, yeah.
definitely 5 or 6. And we're both a huge fan of them. They're like a rock kind of. They started out like an indie folk rock. And now
Yeah,
they're-
I guess they kind of mix it. They mix a lot of stuff, you know, like
Mhm.
like rock, blues.
No, they definitely
folk,
have a bluesy
you know,
side.
maybe like a touch of country here and there.
Yeah.
like just a little sprinkle, but
And they
really
do have
talented guys.
They have absolutely. They have some harder sounds. Like some of them are kind of middle of the ways. They're not a hard rock band.
Oh, yeah,
but they're
not at
definitely
all.
they rock.
yeah.
Absolutely. They have a show coming up on June 8th.
June
at
8th.
The what was
They're at the I believe it's called the Vineyard. It's in Chilliwack. It's a smaller venue. I've seen them there quite a few times, but and man, those guys, they could be performing for 20 people and be some of the most passionate performers you've ever seen. They're really talented, and I think it's a shame they're not bigger, but $10 to get in. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't lose with that price.
We'll probably post their Facebook event page on our podcast when we post
Yeah.
it. And shout out to those guys because we've talked one-on-one with the lead singer and
yeah, and a
basically
couple of
everyone
them
in the
too.
band.
Yeah.
And they're really down-to-earth guys.
Yeah.
They all have families and everything. So, like I think Josh is the one who said like their hobby, pretty much all of their hobbies put together is this band that they have on the side.
Yeah.
Apart from family time and work. So yeah, big shout out to a Waco Sleeper. It'd be cool. We were just talking about it before the podcast. It'd be cool if we got those guys on. I don't know if we could. They're pretty busy, but
I think it'd be cool if we could score an interview with one of them, even if it's just like a short thing, like after the set or something like
Yeah.
that. But we'll see.
Pull a few strings, you know.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Call in a few favors, you know.
Yeah.
We'll have our people talk to their people.
Absolutely.
You know,
We'll
yeah.
put the feelers out to see if it's in the cards. So we usually do a how do we know the guest? I know the guest since birth. Josh.
Well, I think I've known the guest for quite a while through Ciaran, I guess, at first. I mean, now I am Aidan's small group leader over at LBC Youth, so we hang out a bit more often. Actually, Cole Beeksma, one of our previous guests on the podcast, is the other leader, you know. We go out for a little bit of BP, like Boston Pizza with Aidan every once in a while, you know. We have some fresh times, and I'm slowly transitioning away from Ciaran and towards Aidan, so
Yep.
yeah.
It's gotten to the point where like I will get home and my mom will say, "Oh, Aidan's going out with Josh and Cole. Do you want to join him, Ciaran? That'd probably be fun. You guys going out to Boston Pizza together?" And then I just say, "Oh, actually I can't really go because it's a youth event. You know, it's their youth group. I don't want to insert myself."
That's
And
what we
then-
tell him.
That's
yeah, I'm starting to think so because I see pictures posted of these groups and it looks like an absolute banger of a time. And I'm starting to wonder where my invitations are going, if they're just lost in the mail or something like that.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I actually have a bone to pick with you, Josh.
Oh yeah.
You texted me at 12:30 this afternoon saying, well, I called you. We said we're going to record today. 12:30 you said, "I have to mow my lawn. I'll text you when I'm done." I said, "Okay." And then at like 1:30, I said, "Are you still mowing your lawn?" He says, "Yeah, I'll text you when I'm done." I said, "Oh, okay." Josh doesn't have a very big long PSA. And then I texted him at 2:30. I'm like, are we down to record today? And he said, "Yeah, I'll text you. And I sent, I think it was at like 3:30. I followed up.
No,
every
you only
hour.
texted me 3 times, dude.
Yeah, I followed you up
I will
every
pull,
hour.
and they were way more sassy than you're depicting them.
Oh, okay, well, let's get the transcripts out. I'll get it on my phone.
Yeah.
How do we judge sassiness over a text?
Yeah, how do you judge sassiness?
It was pretty sassy.
Oh, please, come on. I asked, are you cutting your lawn with nail clippers? Because it had been 3 hours at this point. And then Josh went on to explain that he had he had to help a friend or something like that. He was being a nice guy.
I had to cut a friend's lawn first.
Oh, sure.
I had to help out with a friend who was house sitting, and then
you had some faulty equipment, and you had to.
Well,
fix that.
I was using stuff with battery packs that needed to be charged, and so I was waiting for it to charge when I got home because I used all the battery over there. Well, it was like the lawn was thick.
It was a thick lawn.
Thick to get through.
Thick lawn.
Yeah.
You know how it goes, Aidan, with those thick lawns.
But I mean, Ciaran and I really got into it. I feel like we should just read the transcript here because I feel like I was speaking like a university professor to a small entitled child. Honestly, it was.
Okay,
it was quite glorious, actually.
Speaking to a filthy mortal.
So Ciaran, this is Ciaran texting me for the 3rd time. Are you using nail clippers to cut your lawn?
This is at 3:30. 3:30. This is 3 hours after I texted you.
Ciaran,
first.
why don't you read your lines and I'll read my lines?
Okay.
So begin with the nail clippers.
You just read it, so read your line.
Okay. I said, no, I had to go help with a friend's lawn first because one of my friends started to cut the lawn and needed some help before going out to a wedding today. So I had to go finish their lawn and get all the edging done. And now I'm home, but I'm just waiting for the batteries to charge so I can finish my lawn.
If you had a cord mower, it would have been done 2 hours ago. Just saying.
I said, nope, because I was cutting the friend's lawn first.
All I'm saying is that if you had stuck with an old reliable cord mower, you wouldn't be charging right now.
Tends to be more efficient.
Tends to be, in quotation marks. Those are the key words there.
In the long run, it saves more time because 99% of the time, I'm not cutting 2 lawns in one day.
If I had the option, I'd rather have my bases covered the full 100%.
This is a long one.
This is a brick. This is a brick of text.
You'd be far less efficient. Even considering this time that I'm spending waiting for the batteries to charge, I've still saved more time overall than if I'd been using cords. The only way to create progress is to take risks, and it's a shame, but you're just not a risk taker. You're doomed to be stuck in a cycle of the same old safe corded lifestyle until you die in a comfortable house surrounded by the life you've built for yourself, except you'll realize in the final moment as your soul begins to leave your body that you never really lived at all.
And I acknowledged, I said, well worded, succinctly put, but at its core, you're flawed. How, you ask? You're still waiting for it to charge.
He didn't even wait for me to ask.
Wow.
And I said,
It's a rhetorical question.
And then I said,
it's a rhetorical question.
Ah, Ciaran, such confidence, yet such lack of substance in your argument. Had you fully understood my statement, perhaps you could have overcome your millennial obsession with instant gratification. But it may be quite possible that you're just hopeless. Ciaran had no response. He'd been defeated.
You texted, you can come over now, right after that.
I actually texted that last message at 4:05 p.m., and then I texted, you can come over now at 4:22 p.m. You could just imagine Ciaran sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
the gears are turning in his head. There's steam
floored.
coming out of his ears, trying to come up with a response.
You could argue that. You could also argue that I was at the bank with Aidan depositing a check, but...
Do you know that he didn't even respond to the you can come over now? He was speechless. He did show up, but
I didn't think there was any need to respond. Okay, let's get Aidan in on this because we could have a whole episode of just Josh and I arguing. So Aidan, we have our weekly news story. We're kind of molding it into a weekly thing, so we decided to call it a weekly segment. Call it the weekly report. Report being in brackets, so we'll just refer to it as the weekly. Aidan,
nice and trendy sounding.
Oh, extremely trendy. Aidan, do you want to hit us up with that first story that you got?
Yes, thank you very much. This one that I found on Reddit, gotta love Reddit. The
a little shout out to Reddit there.
Story is mother Renamed son after tattoo artist makes spelling error.
No.
No. That is so much harder.
Okay,
Oh my
I don't.
God.
Oh man, I don't. Okay.
She misspelled her son's name.
She misspelled her son's name while going to the tattoo.
Wait, sorry. The tattoo artist. Does it say?
She told the tattoo artist the wrong name, and yeah, I just.
Oh man. Okay.
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
Okay, I want to see how this goes because I know, like, when you're going to get a tattoo, first you have the consultation. You tell them what you want, right? She could have misspelled the name there, but then before they actually tattoo it on you, like, they have the sort of stencil thing with the design. They show it to you. They say, "How's this? Does it look good? Everything good with it?" And then you approve it before they put it on your body. Not to mention, where did she get the tattoo, Aiden? Like, what part of her body? Does it say?
Oh, the photo looks like the back of her leg.
Yeah, that's definitely a calf there.
Yep. Are you sure? It kind of looks like an arm. Well, I guess it's a leg, but okay. Well, arguably, she could have been able to look at it potentially while it was being tattooed, right? So, and it looks like a decently intricate design. So that probably took quite a while.
Yeah. And it's noted here that the tattoo artist misspelled her name, the son's name, Kevin. She misspelled it as Kelvin. So only the L, but still the mother.
Oh, so it's not even like she just changed the spelling of his name. Like she gave him a
completely
completely different name.
Yeah.
And I don't think that even actually is a name. I've heard Calvin. I've heard Calvin, and I've heard Kevin. I don't know if I've heard
Kelvin's
Kelvin.
a name. Yeah.
I would say so.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a name. It's a
Well,
little bit obscure, but it's still a name.
as opposed to Kevin, it sounds pretty gross, to be honest.
Well, I apologize on behalf of this podcast to all the Kelvins listening, but I mean, my response to this is twofold. If she did this and she has, like, if she, I don't know what this woman's predicament is, if she has some mental issue, or maybe she didn't go finish school or something like that, I understand. However, you shouldn't be a parent if you can't spell your kid's name. I think I just don't.
Dude.
Okay, no, sorry, I take that back. Because there's people who have kids all the time that I think that she shouldn't be a parent. This woman shouldn't be a parent. I don't think so.
Why wouldn't she just have the tattoo removed or had a cover up done? I mean, how old is the kid?
I
doesn't
don't think
say?
it says.
No.
I know that next time the mother says that I'm going to write the kid's name down on a piece of paper and check it over 10,000 times.
Well, she clearly. Wow.
Oh man! But is she implying that she actually didn't write it down on a piece of paper before?
Yeah, I think so.
I
That's
think
what she's
so.
getting at there.
Oh man.
No, I think the actions afterwards of changing her son's name. Well, maybe it's a baby. Maybe it is a baby.
But oh man, how could you spent so much? I mean, how much money does it cost to change a name? Because it does, you got to pay I think a decent amount to change your name, right?
Well, I'm thinking at a different angle now. If this is like a baby, maybe she could be pregnant right now.
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Oh.
No, I don't think you're supposed to get tattooed while you're pregnant.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Maybe she just had her baby, and it's 2 weeks old, or something like that, and she is getting the tattoo. Isn't that if she hasn't done the paperwork yet? I don't know the process. I've never had a child myself, so I don't know.
Yeah.
The son was aged almost 2 at the time.
Oh,
Never
that's
mind.
weird then. That's very weird.
Never mind. I thought it was like an infant toddler that she hadn't filled out the signature on the birth certificate
that's
yet.
Very wrong.
But
You
now
should-
that is no. She needs to reevaluate her life decisions.
Your name is Kelvin now.
Accept it.
But mom, my name is Kevin. No, it's not. Say it again.
All right, Josh, you want to hit us up with that next one?
Yeah, I got something for you. Okay, Virginia husband lied about being kidnapped by biker gang so he could run away with mistress.
Wow.
It's a report from the FBI.
How did he lie? How did he carry that information?
Has
Oh
game.
man.
Game? I would walk up to this man Sorry, you would walk up to this man, give him a high five, and
I wouldn't
Got game,
necessarily
bro.
say that, but he is committed to his mistress. That's all I'm gonna say.
Aidan walks up to the guy. You got some game, bud. You got some game, man.
Okay, so he's being charged for lying to investigators about being abducted by a biker gang after he went missing.
Wow.
Oh, come on, man. Just.
What are the parameters of this? Like, how did he carry the? So he was
So I
interviewed,
believe he just ran off with his mistress without telling his wife.
and then came back and said he was kidnapped
And then
by bikers.
she probably, like, called the police, saying, my husband's been gone
Yeah.
for, like, days, and I don't know where he is. And then they find
Oh.
him, and he says, it was a biker gang. Like,
Well, I mean, in West Virginia, I wouldn't even put it past him, to be honest with you. I'd say there's quite a few biker gangs, at least more so than in rural Ladner.
Yeah, I mean Virginia probably. Yeah, even if it's one, that's still one more than we have here.
Yeah, true.
Unless you count West Coast Amusements, which is technically
Ugh.
run by the Hells Angels.
True, Aiden. That's a great point you made right there.
oh, man, check this out. I wonder what went wrong with this guy's plan. It says it's a guy from Virginia, and he was reported missing. And he was found only hours later on the side of the road. Do you think his mistress,
Definitely stole his car, 100%.
His mistress got sick of him within, like, the first
Yep.
couple hours
Yep.
of them driving away? It says, like, oh, yeah, let's go have a picnic in the park. Like, people trying to get rid of their
Oh,
dogs
yeah.
or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go catch the ball. Go catch the ball. Okay. I'll be right back.
I think that was her
Like,
plan all along,
she's
honestly.
like,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna,
agree.
I'm just going to go buy a pack of smokes. I'll be back. in
Goes
5
out for
minutes.
cigs and
Yeah.
milk, does not come back.
10 years.
Okay, so my story, it's not really a news story, but it's definitely something that happened today that just made me feel extremely uncomfortable. I was walking home from the bus stop from work, walking on the road, basically. There's no sidewalks in this part of Ladner. Earbuds in, and this guy is walking up. He was crossing the street. He's my age, 20. Josh,
Mhm.
Aiden, I want your take on this afterwards.
Well, Ciaran, you're 19, but okay.
Whatever. Walks across the street, and I see a young girl my age, about. Is that better?
Yeah,
She's about
okay, yeah.
19, 20.
Approximately.
Yeah.
Standing on the other side of the street, they walk together, and they're talking. I can't hear what they're saying. I have earbuds in, but I'm pretty close to them. They're at the edge of their street. They're at the edge of their driveway, I guess. Sorry. And I'm walking right past them on my side of the street, and I'm probably no less than 5 meters away. And the girl turns to walk towards the house, and the guy takes his hand back and gives a big old smack
Oh,
right on the behind.
No.
Right there. And then they start laughing. I was shocked. I'm just walking on the street.
No.
I'm not doing anything. And then they start laughing, and they turn around and look at me and acknowledge me right there. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just keep walking. I just nod at them, and I just keep walking.
Just gave him the nod.
I just thought it made me so uncomfortable.
Like, what is the guy expecting? Like, you
Yes.
give him the nod, you give him a fist bump. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Nice job,
Nice,
bud.
nice one. Yeah. You know?
I just thought, okay, what's your thoughts first?
Okay, so if you're gonna do that sort of thing, it's best not to turn to a strapping young lad walking home from the bus loop and turn to him and just give him a nod. I mean, okay.
Well, they didn't nod. They just kind of looked at me, and they were kind of like, haha, like including me into this interaction they just had.
Oh, man.
Imagine if you had some traumatic experience involving spanking when you were younger, and you just would have turned and then saw that, and then
I would
a flashback was
That
triggered.
would have triggered a flashback. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just rough. I mean,
Triggered.
Ladner, what a place, eh?
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
Honestly, like, I the thing that, like, baffles me the most is I actually just don't understand, like, why, like, so many people just enjoy a good bum slap, you know?
In public,
Yeah.
too. This was at the edge of their driveway.
Yeah, I feel like I
Ugh.
see it in, like, a lot of public places and stuff like that, and I just, like, why? Like, what do you get out of that, you know? I don't understand the appeal.
Yeah, I mean,
Ciaran evidently understands the appeal.
No,
You
no.
hesitated a
Whoa,
little bit.
whoa,
Oh, my
whoa,
God.
whoa, I said, I mean, and you just took it and ran with it. Don't take the words out of my mouth. What people do, PDA, don't have an issue with it. Asterix. to a certain extent.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the
However,
page.
comma.
When you start including other people into your PDA, that's just weird, and I don't understand the need for it. There was no... If they had done that and they had not looked at me and walked towards their door to their home, I don't care. I'm walking on my way. I got my earbuds in. But they looked at me, included, smiled, and I don't know. Well, they were laughing. They were laughing, so it just threw me for a loop. I felt uncomfortable until I walked into my own home.
You know what I think is the worst though? Like people who make out at restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No
Like,
need for that.
oh man, how awkward is that for the server? You know. And like people are trying to eat their food, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, go home, go to your house.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like,
go to your car.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you don't need to do that at the restaurant. I mean, it's like, could I get you guys another round of drinks? And they're just licking each other, and you're like, oh, okay then. All right, I'll be back.
Kieran, speaking of going to your car, do you mind if I tell this story?
What story?
Of the night we went to McDonald's that one night.
McDonald's? I'm trying to think.
After the, I believe it was the Little Flower Academy.
Oh,
program.
yeah. That was okay. Sure, why not? You can. Yeah, whatever.
So
that was a weird turn of events.
Yeah. So we, we were at McDonald's. We went after this grad
dance.
event.
Yeah.
It was over in like a golf course in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And so we stopped at McDonald's and we were there with Kieran's girlfriend at the time.
No, she wasn't there. It's just you and me.
No, Ciaran, what are you talking about? I don't think you know what story I'm telling then.
The one where we were with Tessa Rattay?
No. No, that was after this.
I actually no that.
Okay, Ciaran, you just listen to this story then. You just sit back and listen. We were there with
Okay, I don't remember this, but please keep it PG.
Oh yeah,
for the
it's nothing too much. But like, so we were there with I believe
I should not have said yes.
Kieran's girlfriend at the time, and I think a couple other guys were there, right? And so then we had our food, and then we were ready to head out. Ciaran was driving me home, and so I say, okay, I'm just gonna go to the washroom first, and then we can get out of here. And Ciaran goes, oh yeah, sure. So I go to the washroom, and then I come back out, and nobody's there. Like everybody's left the table that we were sitting at. And I was like, wait, what? So like I go walk outside. I think maybe Kieran's gone to the car already. So I go and I look in Kieran's car, and I look in the window, and nobody's there. It's raining outside. So I walk way out to the car, go back inside. I think maybe they were like ordering more food or something. I go and I look inside again. There's no one there. So I go and I start walking around the parking lot, and I call Kieran.
Just wandered around the parking lot.
Yeah.
I have no memory of this.
It's raining, and I'm in like a suit, and I'm calling Kieran. The phone keeps ringing and ringing. Goes to his voicemail. No one picks up. I go and I look in the car again. I call him again. No one picks up. Right? And I'm looking around, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'll just wait by the car and hope he shows up. I have no idea where he went. Waiting by the car, wait there for like 5 minutes. I'm just getting soaked now. So I start to go walk back inside again. And as I'm walking back inside, I think I'll just call Ciaran again. So I call Ciaran, picks up on like the third ring, and he just sounds kind of startled. He's like, hello? And I was like, hey, man, where are you? I came out of the bathroom and you were gone. Are you ready to go? And he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be right there. I'll meet you at the car. And I was like, okay. So then I'm almost at the front door of the McDonald's. So I turn around and start walking back out to the car. And then I see the back door of this other car open up, and Ciaran just kind of roll out, and Kieran's then girlfriend come out the other side, look like super kind of embarrassed, and like go and like jump in the front seat and like drive off. And then Ciaran comes out, he's like, oh, hey man, how's it going? And I was like, yeah, dude, how do you not remember this?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I thought it was a separate time.
No.
I thought it was a separate time.
Yeah.
I blocked all of this out in therapy because I was so embarrassed. Yeah.
And I'm not even joking, it was like 20 minutes.
No, it was not.
It was
It was not.
ridiculous. I
Well,
was soaked,
Oh
dude.
my gosh.
got in
That's
the
your
car,
fault for
and I
standing
say,
outside.
Yeah.
I say to Ciaran, because I was looking in other cars trying to see if like where is he?
Oh,
You know.
so what else did you see in other cars?
Nothing. I saw nothing. You guys were crouched down in the back seat, dude.
What are you
And I
talking
say,
about, man?
and I say, like, Ciaran, look, that's fine, man. But like, do you want to just tell me next time so I'm not like walking around the parking lot looking for you out in the rain in my suit? And you're like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Why? In every story you tell of me, Aidan, every story Josh tells of me, I'm this hapless, useless.
I can't confirm.
You can confirm? Or
I
can't?
can't-
Is there an apostrophe T at the end of that?
No, I can confirm.
Yeah.
Josh, you really paint Ciaran as like borderline, like not able to function on his own.
Normally in an adult world.
Ciaran, hands on the ears for a second. Ciaran, cover your ears.
Okay.
Okay.
Covering my ears.
Hayden, okay, I know you're trying to stand up for him right now, but you and I both know he has like, he's kind of like that, you know. And we're working with him. We're trying to make him a little more fit for society, but he's not quite there yet. So you know,
Is he on the spectrum?
we're not gonna go there, Aiden.
Oh, okay.
Ciaran, hands off the ears. Okay.
Aiden, I heard it through the ears. Keep it PG. That
Keep
was
it
the one
PG.
rule.
All
That was the one
That was
rule.
R-rated, dude. Get out
My
of
bad.
here.
Oh my goodness. All
We're
right,
gonna.
moving
There's gonna
on.
be some people making angry comments on this video,
Oh,
dude.
there's gonna be
Oh,
the
no,
social
I-
justice warriors are gonna
Yeah.
attack us and tear us to shreds.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, next, do you want to hit song of the week,
Um,
or do you want to keep doing the weekly? We got more
yeah,
time.
yeah. Let's. Aiden, you had another story, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Hit
got
us with
something
another
cooking?
story of the
Yes,
weekly.
I
Got
do.
something
Let
on
me
the burner?
Let me just load my camera roll here because I took a screenshot of it. So basically, a passenger was turned away from 2 flights after wearing 10 layers of clothing to avoid luggage fee.
Wait, 10 layers of clothing to what?
To avoid the luggage fee.
You know, honestly, man, what a smart guy. I'm actually, if I was like,
man.
if I was an employee at whatever airline it was, like, I'd just be like, I'd just clap. I'd just say,
clap.
you
Yeah.
get on
Get
that
on
plane,
this
sir.
flight.
You know? Wow.
Can you imagine?
They
what the-
just overcharge like
he would
crazy.
Be
on the plane.
drenched in
I
sweat.
know.
Who cares? Who cares if you get how many outfits to the place where you're going? You're gonna be the bottom 3 are gonna be useless because they're gonna
Yeah,
be
exactly.
drenched in sweat.
He's like calling the hotel he's booked in advance. He's like, yeah. So are there washing machines available? Because I'm gonna need a washing machine.
Yeah, I
okay?
will definitely need a washing machine.
He wore
I'll pay the extra $40 I'm saving to not bring this luggage on to get a washing machine
Yeah.
available to me if that's what it's gonna take, you know.
He wore 8 pairs of pants. And
How do you even fit 8 pairs of pants that are the
Those-
same
those-
size on?
That last pair of pants is gonna be extra large.
I know, and 10 shirts. And
You're wearing
the
your
photo
whole
that's
family's
provided, he has a lot of the shirts around his waist. You know.
Oh, okay. They're
Kinda
kind of
the
tied.
ties
Okay,
it, yeah.
that makes a lot more sense.
Oh wow,
I
yeah,
imagine
he's
him.
looking actually really trendy. He looks
Yeah,
like a...
you know what? He looks like he has a better fashion sense than me. So
What I was imagining is like kind of like, you know, middle-aged white dad, you know, trying
Really?
to just sneak all his stuff on or something like that.
I kind of
but,
imagine. I didn't really put a race on it. I don't know why you would put race into this thing, but I was kind of. You know those people that you see them on.
Am I being racist against white people, Kieran?
No, I'm not. I'm not confirming nor denying it. But hey, if you believe so, then
Yeah.
I think you need to
Okay.
apologize. But,
You can issue a public apology to all white people.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
You know those people that do like the 300 T-shirts or whatever,
Yeah,
and they put it on,
and they actually freak
they're
out.
like an
Yeah.
orb. Yeah, yeah. They're actually what is it like? Oh man, they're like what is it? What's that TV show? Like the In the Night Garden? They're like those. Or no. What is it? Teletubbies. They look like
What in the
over-
night garden?
No,
What?
no, no,
That
oh
sounds
my
kind of.
goodness. show.
That's a blast from the past.
It's like a Teletubby, but like a Teletubby that's had air put into it. You know what I'm saying? Like an air
Okay,
pump.
sure, all right.
They look like Violet Beauregard in the what is it? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know,
Let's
there's a little
move
bit.
on from
Hey,
that one.
Yeah, don't.
That was
hey.
okay. In
give
the
me a
night
break here,
garden. Okay.
Look it up. It's a television show. It's a
Yeah,
television
okay.
show.
I'll hit you with another story. Another story for the weekly here. A Chinese family discovers pet dog actually a black bear after 2 years.
What?
Okay, there's a picture of it here. It looks like a regular black bear. That's the farthest thing from a dog.
There is no resemblance to a dog there.
Even
man.
they look so different, you know?
Yeah.
They
Took
in
them
their
2 years.
physically, the way they walk, dogs walk so much differently than
Yeah.
grizzly bears. I can't. If they took it out for a walk, how wouldn't they notice that it kind of lopes along? It doesn't really walk like a traditional dog. Don't they notice this?
I just
So
don't
it says
understand.
it says Su Yun bought what she thought to be a Tibetan Mastiff puppy 2 years ago and brought it home with her family to Kunming City, Yunnan province. I guess they bought it on holiday, first of all, and it surprised the family with like how much it could eat. It says ate a box of fruits and 2 buckets of noodles every day.
Jeez.
There's the first sign that.
It's
and
not a dog.
Why would you
Yeah.
keep it for 2 years? How are you gonna afford to feed it like that for 2 years? Like, so they only actually figured out it was a bear when it, after 2 years in, when it weighed 250 pounds.
Oh my dear
Oh
God!
my.
Oh my Lord! 250-pound dog? I don't
Yeah.
even think that. Do they exist? No.
I'm sure like the Guinness World Record one is probably
Maybe a Great Dane that is just absolutely massive.
just a
But
big
I
boy.
cannot imagine a dog weighing 250 pounds. Regardless, okay, fully grown dog, maybe, but a 2-year-old dog, 250
250
pounds.
pounds. That's 125 pounds for every year they were alive.
Wouldn't the bear hibernate? Wouldn't they notice
Yeah,
that?
okay. These are some of my favorite comments on here. So here's Jack Abraham from Sydney, Australia says, ... Thought it was a puppy and took 2 years to realize? Really? What can I say? You know? And then...
You didn't really say anything,
yeah,
Jack.
you
kinda
didn't say a
just-
lot, Jack.
You just reiterated the article there.
But like Ang Mo Kyo from Singapore says, maybe they are waiting for the bear to warn them about wildfire. Then they realized it is actually a bear. Wait, what?
It's a
I don't-
Smokey reference. Smokey the
okay, yeah.
Bear.
Do they wonder why my dog sleeps so much during winter?
Yeah.
Are the neighbors still around or went missing for the past 1 year without them realizing too?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Jeez.
even Ronald Ho coming in here with the facts. Bears don't bark. Puppies bark all the time. Difference is huge.
Yeah.
Dogs don't walk on 2 legs. Bears do. Credible excuse. And then Wu Ming. Just gonna finish this off here. Fake and propaganda.
What?
What propaganda is it really? I mean, like, what are they trying to prove here with this story?
I think that's honestly, have you heard of that? For people who've seen Black Mirror, you know that nosedive episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the basic thing is people are rated based on their actions, like online.
Yeah.
Like a point system. And
That's
in
a
China,
wild episode, actually.
in China,
Yeah,
they're
that is-
implementing that.
wow.
Did you see that?
I heard about
Yeah,
that. I had
yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it because they get
Yeah,
people-
they're rewarded with more points if they say things that line up with the agendas of the state.
And part of this, they do have some good things going for them. Like if you donate blood, you get
Yeah,
points, which I
yeah,
think is
that's
good. And
that just sounds terrible all
but
around, though. It's
the flip side of that is that if you get speeding tickets or something like that, then you're not allowed, and
Yeah, then it
you're not
goes
allowed
down.
to travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're limited, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that actually might be. Do you think?
Well, how is that related?
Well, no, if
because
they-
he's saying it's fake and
They're
propaganda
defacing
because,
the propaganda. They might get a point for it.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
might get a few points. Because that was an Asian news website, so
Mm.
that could definitely be.
Oh,
From,
so you think that
from China.
who was it? Was it
Wu Ming?
Wu Ming is
Yeah.
getting points for this?
Potentially, I don't know. Who's to say?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
absolutely, man. That's the way it's going. It's crazy.
That's weird, though. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is it fully implemented yet, though?
I think in some provinces,
Really?
not statewide in China, because there's almost 2 billion people there.
Yeah, yeah.
But in some provinces, they're doing it.
That's wild.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like you're driving, you get a speeding ticket, and next thing you know, you're not allowed to travel.
No,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. You get imprisoned and stuff like that for the things you do.
And it's just all a popularity contest, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. I remember how stressful it was just watching that episode. Can you imagine living that?
That would
Be
be
unreal.
crazy.
You have to be positive 24/7.
And there's the scene when they're in the elevator and they both have the little switches that show the posts, and they're like chatting and they're just bringing up stuff from their feed,
Yeah.
and they're just like talking like, "Oh, how's Pancake?"
And they're not even looking at.
Yeah,
they're not even looking at each other.
Yeah.
These
No,
two
they're
people.
not.
I'd be curious to know what my score was, though.
Really?
I wouldn't mind living it for a day, maybe. But then I'd never want it again. You
No.
know?
What do you think his score would be, Aidan?
Score would be, well, the protagonist of the Black Mirror episode, when she starts out, she's like a
2, I think.
4.2, and she seems to be
Pretty high strung.
pretty high strung. I think Josh should be like a, I don't know, like a 4.3 or
Yeah, I think I'd be getting 5s from everyone except for Ciaran. Probably be tossing
Yeah.
1 stars
Yeah,
all over
that's
the
probably
place.
it.
Yeah. I think with Josh, I'm seriously gonna put you at a 4.1
Oh, cool.
because
Wow,
I don't
thanks.
think that people. I think there's a minority of people that don't get your dry sense of humor.
That's
I think
true.
we share
That's
that.
true.
I think Aidan. I think
Yeah.
honestly, all three of us share that
That dry
wit,
wit. Yeah, that's
especially
have to
over
say,
text.
Yeah.
That is very, very humorous. I find
Yeah.
that so funny.
Yeah, I hate, like, the worst thing is when I'm texting someone and then, like, I say something like with dry humor, or it's like sarcasm or something like that, and then they're like, what? And then I have to like explain it, and it's like, this is awkward now, you know?
Just forget it. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I just-
Kieran, I was gonna say that you would have been a 4.1 too, but you probably get a
really?
lot of low ratings from bartenders
Yeah.
and people
Yeah,
checking
that's
your
true.
IDs.
That's
people,
true.
people that I deal with in
Yeah.
the customer service world, because I just make their lives so
Yeah.
hard just to get a little bit across.
Yeah.
Aidan, I think. What do you think, Josh? What would Aidan's score be?
Aidan, 5.
Yeah.
Are you
Really,
joking with me?
really.
I think that it would be lower because a lot of the people that you're dealing with on a given day are your age, and I don't think a lot of people your age really get it.
Oh yeah, if
That
Aidan,
is
if
true.
Aidan
That
was
is very
like,
true.
I'm talking about
if you
the average.
exclusively lived like, or just hung around like adults all the time, 5 stars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say with your average 8th grader who's blasting
Little Pump.
The-
as
Yeah.
scheduled.
Oh man.
the SoundCloud rappers and the
Rich the Kid.
the SoundCloud rappers. They got all the various brand name clothing on.
Supreme
rappers.
Vape and Ultra Boosts.
Billionaire Boys
or
what is it?
NMDs.
What is the something boys club?
Billionaire Boys.
Billionaire Boys Club, is that what it's
Uh,
is that what it's called?
Usually it's
What's another brand that doesn't make any
brand-
sense why it's
oh,
I don't get
overpriced?
why.
Supreme. Broken Promises.
Oh my
That's
Dude,
goodness.
I just don't
prominent.
get the whole brands thing. Why do you care?
I mean,
You
I
know?
don't have a
People will dish out they dish out like $100 for a brick that says Supreme on it.
I know that's
yeah.
What? Like
That's
you
the
know?
that's the epitome of brand. What is it? Brand loyalty. And they're economics. They there's a term called Veblen goods or Velben goods, and
Yeah.
it's where if a good or commodity that when you raise the price of it, the demand actually goes up.
Yeah.
Goes up. Oh, I see.
Same with like if Supreme or like a Coach bag raised its prices, people would still buy it.
And the quality isn't like any different
Anything
than
to
anything
write
else,
home.
though. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
Yeah.
not different than what something you could get at a different clothing shop for not as much money.
Yeah.
I have talked to a lot of people, of course, in my grade who own like Ultra Boosts and NMDs and things like that, and they do say that they have those shoes because they're really comfy because they have a nice sole. Like the sole of the shoe is like very memory foam-esque. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's placebo effect because I bet you could get an equally comfortable pair of shoes for like half the price.
that I would
You know.
agree.
Yeah. Anyways, let's dive into Song of the Week, shall we?
Song of the week,
Yeah.
Aidan.
Oh,
We have you written up on the schedule.
wow. I'm for my song of the week. I'm very torn here because I have to pull a Josh McKenna. I have two.
Oh my gosh. You know what? It's song of the week. That is singular, not plural.
Didn't somebody have 3 once though? I mean, Who was it that
Tessa?
had 3? I think Tessa had 3.
Oh God,
Of
Tessa.
course, Tessa. So difficult. Oh man.
Everything's just a pain.
Yeah.
A pain with her.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I would say that my genre of music that I kind of go towards is usually alternative and like hip hop, rap. So my favorite band, the Arctic Monkeys, just released their new album called Tranquility Base, Hotel, and Casino. And the song that I have been really vibing with is called 4 out of 5, which is their most popular one. And on the flip side, Notorious B.I.G. has a song.
Bringing it back, Aiden.
Yeah,
With
called
the brand new.
Juicy that Ciaran played in the car in Mexico, and I was just vibing with it. I have been busing from school a lot because I'm not doing a summer sport, so I've just been earbuds in, just chilling. Is so good. I've been
Wow.
vibing with it.
Sounds like a great
Jeez.
time.
Oh my goodness. That was a visceral song of the week. There was so much passion in that.
Wow, very passionate, honestly.
I don't know if I can follow that up, Josh. You hit it.
I'll hit it. Okay. So I bought tickets to go to one night of this like rock and metal festival at the Rickshaw on the 27th. It's got a weird name. It's called like Modified Ghost Festival 3. But just because like I don't know, I've really been enjoying going to.
That is the most random hodgepodge of words.
Yeah.
Sounds like an Xbox gamer tag, honestly.
But,
yeah, it does.
I've really been enjoying going to like shows at the Rickshaw and stuff, and they're all like cheap, and there's like cool vibes there. It's kind of one thing I noticed about it is that usually with the shows that you go to there, because it's a weird little place like on East Hastings in East Van, right? So it tends to be like the kind of people that like show up to the shows they seem like really authentic to the scene of like whatever band is playing, you know. It's like
they're dedicated to go to this kind of obscure location to see whatever band is playing.
So I don't know, they kind of have cool vibes. So I went to
You mentioned cool vibes.
yeah. So I recognized this one band which was like the headliner for the night. I hadn't even really listened to any of their stuff. I just heard that they released an album recently that was pretty good, and they're called there's some like classic thrash metal sounding band called Power Trip. But I was just previewing all the other bands that were playing that night. I mean, the tickets were like $20 and there's like 6 bands, so it's, you know,
That's
it'll be a
pretty
good time. But one of the bands that I saw was I'm a big fan of like stoner rock sort of stuff. I just really like it.
You're
but
so blazed.
yeah,
Yeah.
so blazed. But one of the bands on there I saw when I was previewing all the bands was like this stoner rock band from Vancouver too, called
Of course, it's from Vancouver.
called but there's only 2 bands from Vancouver that are playing there that night, and they're called Waingro. And,
Waingro.
Yeah, I don't know where the name comes from, but
Again, Xbox gamer tag.
but I was listening to their album. It's called Mount Hood, and I really liked it. It's really good stuff. The first track on there, Desert Sun, it's got a real good drive to it. It's got like kind of surprisingly aggressive vocals to match with the instrumentation.
A metal band?
Well, they're more like stoner rock than I would call them metal. They were branded as like a heavy rock band because their instrumentation isn't like quite metal. It's more like, it sounds kind of like really heavy kind of blues garage rock sort of, with like more like pretty aggressive vocals over top, but it's like still comes out pretty melodic. I really enjoyed it, so I've been really jamming to that song lately.
I just want to note, you earlier denounced your streetwear, those kind of brands, but if I'm just looking over at your bed here, you have a Champion hoodie just sitting.
If I'm being completely honest, when I bought it, I didn't even know it was Champion. I was ordering an All Them Witches hoodie from their online store, Stoner Rock, and I just bought this hoodie, and it's like they put their own design on it, and when I got it, it was like put on one of like just like the stock Champion black hoodies, and it's got a little Champion C on the wrist. So now I feel extra trendy, you know. I'm becoming a brand guy.
Yeah,
what can
you're
I
becoming
say?
a hype beast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more piece of brand name clothing that I do, so you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah,
That's true.
that was a nice voice crack there. Yeah. All right, hit us with your song of the week.
Song of the week is called "Mystery of Love" by Sufjan Stevens.
Oh,
It
wow.
was featured in the film "Call Me by Your Name." It's about it was featured at the Oscars.
Yeah, he did
it,
perform it at the Oscars.
Yeah, he performed at the Oscars. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song for a movie. I don't think that the film won any Oscars, but it was lots of awards given to it.
Yeah.
It's about the young kid in the Italian villa, and the student comes to visit, and they have a relationship. And I listened to it before the song. So you're gonna say something?
No, I was just acknowledging. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it won an Academy Award for Best Writing, Adapted Screenplay, and then it won a New York Film Critics Circle Award, an Independent Spirit Award, and a Gotham Independent Film Award.
Wow.
Those are awards.
That is true.
That's a number of awards right there.
And I listened to the song a few months ago, actually, and I really, really enjoyed it. I saw the film recently, and the song fit. It was like the last piece of the puzzle.
It fit like a glove.
Like a glove. Little Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. And I don't know how music to me. I'm just going to ramble for a bit because these two guys did.
Oh, okay. All right.
What do you mean? Of course you did. You ramble every song of the week, man. I got to put a cap on you.
Because I have important things to say, Ciaran. I mean,
always.
You just go. Oh yeah.
Song of the week. Listen to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
I like it because it's good. Okay. All right, Ciaran.
Succinctly put, with Mystery of Love, I just feel that every nuance and piece of music, what Josh was talking about, instrumentation, every note, fits so perfectly into the song that the song then goes into the film. So it's like layers to this thing that it all fits, if that makes any sense.
So the dynamics are really
the dynamics.
good.
That's the word I was looking for. The dynamics just fit so succinctly in the lyrics.
Very in depth. I've heard that it references Alexander the Great a number of times.
I don't remember. I think part of the film deals with like archaeology, and one of the characters is a professor. So I think it does go into that. He's it's like a indie folk rock with some more, I would say, electronic, I guess, more produced bits thrown into there. And every time I listen to it, it brings me close to tears just remembering that film.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that emotions, more delicate emotions like sadness and, regret or pain or remorse are more difficult to reach than anger and forceful emotions like a thrash metal song. What do you think, Aidan?
Yeah, I would.
You've listened to the song, right? I've played it for you.
Yeah. Also, your friend played it for me as well. Yeah, I would definitely say that it's more of a song that you could kind of vibe with it with more delicate emotions, as you said, like despair, that kind of thing. Definitely couldn't see those lyrics as a death metal song.
No. I've actually... Sorry, you were saying, Josh.
Well, you make an interesting point there, Ciaran, but I wouldn't say that this song specifically targets trying to convey anger or something like that, but I think it is obviously a louder song, but I would disagree on that with certain tracks that really convey just so passionately, like just like anger and losing control or something like that, like some of Nirvana's cuts off In Utero, where it's just insanely sad and upset and angry, and it's so honest about it when you're just burying yourself in such a way that it's like, I honestly probably wouldn't be comfortable in front of other people, and you're putting it on this recording to put out to everyone else. I think that's there's something to be said about that when it's done the right way. There's lots of people who try to do it, but it doesn't always come out perfect. But when it does, a lot of emotions, when they're done right in a song, just create a very good song. If you can channel passion into a song properly, you got yourself a good song.
No, succinctly said. Our last little bit there was a little bit rambly because we remembered that we forgot incense, which is that's a cornerstone of our production here.
I would agree.
And we wanted to make it as authentic as possible for Aidan, so we're just lighting up a quick little incense match.
It's white sage flavor, real nice.
That Josh got at that medium that his psychic.
Yep.
Is it a psychic or a medium? Psychic.
So I'll light that up right now so Aidan can get the full experience and we can really get this podcast vibing.
Yeah. Light the match. Ooh.
2 times the charm.
Fuego.
There we go.
And you just hold it.
Hold it until it burns all the way through, and then you put it out and let the smoke rise, Aidan.
Wow.
Dang. Oh, actually, Aidan, today, I forget who was talking. I actually forget who I was talking to about brands and labels. But Aidan and I actually, Josh, we made some brand label clothes of our own. We made some Gucci slides.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah, it was Walmart slides. What were they? $6.25.
I thought there were more actually.
Really?
Because I know I covered yours because I owed you some money.
Yeah. It was about $10.
Yeah, it was about $10.
So $10 slides, plus some electrical tape to get that Gucci logo going.
Yep.
And what we did is we took a photo of it. We were posing up, posting with flexing our new slides, and people actually thought that it was real. And people were asking me, "Oh my gosh, how much did that set you back?" and all that stuff. Did you get any replies like that?
I tried to trick a couple of my friends. I was, posting like, "Is this a cop or a drop?" And they were like asking, "Oh, do you have the box?" Like, and I was like, "I didn't."
Are the tags still on?
Are the tags still on? I don't know the first thing about streetwear, so I was just like, "Oh no, they came online, so they didn't come in the box." I bought them off someone, and they're like, "Oh, how much did that set you back?" And then I explained, I made up a price, and they're like, "Honestly, that's not a good use of your money, man." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." Yeah, I know, right? Like $10, dude. Could have bought a Kit Kat with that, man.
I know, totally. Could have got a Kit Kat chunky.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought they were real for like so long.
Really?
Yeah, up until you actually like showed me in person that they were fake.
Really?
I thought they were real. Yeah.
Dang. Well, it just shows how good we are.
I know you guys should start a business. Honestly.
Yeah, we should.
Those
Gucci
were some
slides?
convincing fakes. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And you know what? I brought them to the beach and I got sand on the tape, so I had to replace the tape. But after I did that, boom.
Really?
Good as new.
My tape is peeling because I wear them after my soccer practices.
Yeah.
Because I let my dogs breathe. To quote Kevin Malone.
Oh man. Jeez. Let my dogs breathe.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dogs.
On that note, I don't think we can end it on a better note than that one there. So
yeah.
The dogs are itching to get out. So let's wrap up here. Thank you so much for listening. We've had a wonderful time with our guest Aidan Sanders.
Oh, thank you very much.
Aidan, would you do it again? How did you like the experience?
I couldn't do any. If I were to sit down and I were to consider everything, I couldn't have made a better episode.
Wow.
I am just sad that it's all over.
Rate us out of 8, mate.
8 out of 8. Rate mate. IGN says believe the hype.
Wow. Whoa.
Jinx. Dang.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Josh McKenna.
You have been Josh
I have.
McKenna?
So what are you after?
Are you changing your name
Well,
now?
I'm changing my name because my mom tattooed. She misspelled my name.
Oh.
What'd she spell it as?
Jarsh.
Josh. Well, at least she got a vowel in there. Well, she added the consonant though.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have been and still will be Ciaran Sanders.
And I will always be Aidan Sanders.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next week.
Ciao.